you know Shakur.
Oh yeah, yep.
You think Shakur's ducking?
Ain't nobody scared of nobody. Ain't nobody scared of nobody. It's all about the bread at the end of the day.
No bias. Don't just say that because it's your man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur.
Are you saying that because that's your man and you don't like Tank?
No. Hey, like I said, I respect Tank. Like, boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
we gonna take his personality and personal things out of it. But boxing, he's definitely talented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur's a different fighter.
Okay, stop what you are doing right now. Because what I am about to tell you is the kind of information that makes boxing promoters very, very nervous. And before we even get into it, I need you to understand that what you are witnessing right now is not just a fight getting made or not getting made. This is allegedly a full-scale power struggle happening in real time.
People say that Shakur Stevenson then is the next big thing in the sport.
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. When people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy and all everybody is saying is. No, that should be like real debates. Like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight, he's filling out, he's dropping this dude. He went crazy that last fight. That last fight was like kind of crazy. You go back and watch, that was crazy, so Now I think people is getting another insight on Shakur, like, nah, this kid, he been kicking that for a long time now. This kid probably really is the real deal. You feel what I'm saying? He getting his just due. At this point, I really think it's just about giving him that one example. That one real name, that one person that can go 100 miles per hour with him from round one to round.
Inside the most lucrative division in boxing. And somebody does not want this story told. So buckle up because we are starting at the very beginning, and trust me, the ending is going to completely shatter everything you think.
Because he's rich.
He ain't gotta fight nobody.
He's rich. You're right. He don't.
But you
But
said
also
for
on a
legacy.
respect level, for legacy, for our culture,
Who he got to fight?
he got to fight either me or Shakur.
What about
He got to fight either me or Shakur.
What about Devin?
What about him? Devin got to get his get back with Ryan Garcia. Devin got his own going on. And I'm not disrespecting Devin. He got to get his get back with Ryan Garcia. However that work out, whatever. Tank, either me or Shakur.
He ain't gotta do it though.
He don't.
But do you think that his legacy up if he don't fight you or Shakur?
No.
He a casual, so I mean that means more.
No, it don't, cuz. Like who? Listen, let me explain something to you.
Dog.
Listen.
All the greats had to fight somebody, some greats. You had to, bro.
So you mean to tell me Tank ain't fighting no great? So what is you talking about?
Who was great that he fought? Like Rich. Great.
Let me explain something.
Nah, say a
Let me
name.
explain this.
Say a name. I don't want to hear no explanation.
So he didn't fight
man.
nobody that's going to the Hall of Fame?
Who?
Nobody he fought going to the Hall of Fame.
So here's where it starts. Keyshawn Davis, a man who has absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain, goes on record and says Shakur Stevenson is a different fighter. Not just better, not just more technical, but fundamentally operating on a level that
Reports are coming out and debates are taking place about Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis fight in September.
Terrence Crawford also believes Stevenson would defeat Gervonta Davis because of Shakur's elite defense, ring IQ, and technical boxing ability.
Tank is great for what he do, and I respect Tank in the ring and his skills and his power and his attribute and he's smart.
Yeah.
He's definitely smart. He can box his ass off. And I'm not saying I would pick Shakur just because our differences. I'm telling you as a fighter.
Yeah.
I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Right.
Shakur defense.
Tank Gervonta Davis allegedly hasn't been tested against yet. And fans online are losing their minds because this is not some random person speculating. This is a man inside the lightweight ecosystem essentially saying the quiet part loud. And the moment those words hit the internet, the boxing world split right down the middle. But wait, hold on.
People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what? 3-way world champion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you see right
like how many actual real titles have Shakur? I mean, Tank had like what, 2?
Yeah, I think 2. He got
real,
the WBA right
real
now.
titles.
The real one.
You know, and Pedraza, he drained Pedraza. And,
Oh, that's what Keyshawn said. But I feel like if you the A side, you get the like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, but like let's do it on a even playing field. Like give that man enough time to train. You know what I mean?
Because this is where the story starts getting layers. Keyshawn Davis isn't just picking a winner here. He is allegedly sending a message. He is saying Tank's legacy, Tank's legend, is being quietly limited by the fights that are not getting made. And you have to ask yourself, why would someone risk that kind of statement? Unless they genuinely believed it. Or unless, and fans are saying this online, unless there is something going on behind the scenes that the average viewer is simply not being shown.
Oh, this fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Cause he a good boxer. Like that's when I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right,
his power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You don't think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing. Go look at his fights.
So you
I
feel
probably
like
pinned him on game.
Yeah, but you feel like it's easy work though. You like.
And that suspicion becomes very interesting when you realize that Shakur Stevenson himself is out here saying he is tired of talking, tired of the back and forth, tired of the alleged goofy movement around negotiations, and the word goofy coming from Shakur Stevenson is not an accident. That is a calculated, deliberate choice of language from one of the most technically intelligent fighters in the sport. A man whose ring IQ reportedly transfers directly into how he communicates publicly.
Temporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that
To see you on Tank, realistically.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I don't really like talking about him.
Yeah.
Cause like the way that he move is goofy to me. Like it's some weird shit. So like, I really don't like speaking on him. But like, if same thing that
Fighting perspective.
Same thing that I said with T.O. If anybody got issues with me or feel some type of way about me, you could come see me on fight night and resolve every issue that you got.
Yeah.
I stand by that with anybody.
But keeping it boxing.
That's boxing.
No, I'm just saying.
That's not boxing?
Yeah, no, I love it. No, you got to do what you got to do.
Right, like.
I just want to see. I want to know. I'm just asking, realistically, will we ever see y'all two in the ring? However way it get there, will we ever see that match?
I would love it.
Tank got to stand on straight and narrow too.
I would love it.
My son got to, you know what I mean? He got to get on power.
I would love it, but at the end of the day, once again, if somebody says they never gonna fight me,
then you can't rely. Yeah, you got to move on.
I don't need you,
got to
bro.
move on.
And so when Shakur says, sign the contract, what fans are reading between the lines is that there is a contract, or there was a contract, or something resembling a contract was allegedly being discussed, and somehow it keeps not getting signed. And this is where it gets worse. Breaking update, Terrence Crawford, pound for pound one of the most respected voices in the sport, sides with Shakur and specifically says Tank's knockout power, the very thing Tank's entire brand is built on, would be difficult to land because of Stevenson's defense. And when Terrence Crawford says something is difficult, the entire boxing world goes quiet because this man has done things inside a ring that still don't make complete sense on replay.
You get what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna shut the fans up and just go ahead and make these fights happen. You get what I'm saying? So after this fight, he ain't done. This fight is based on what other moves Canelo want to make.
Right. You know, he's been judged as far as like, yo, you haven't really fought anybody. There's times that, you know, Tank gets that too. You know, do you believe that they're kind of like in the similar path of looking at their careers, getting the toughest challenges towards the end of their career?
Man, they said that about every fighter that nobody, but if you look at every fighter platform, everybody doing the same road to success. So I always try to hear that. In the words of Roger Mayweather, they don't know shit about boxing. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand the business of boxing. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. They're going to say what they got to say. Right now, we're in the best time of boxing.
And his co-signing Shakur is not a small thing. That is allegedly a seismic shift in how the sports elite internally views this matchup. But then plot twist, Tank fires back and dismisses Shakur's entire style as just moving backward. And on the surface, that sounds like standard trash talk. It sounds like two fighters doing what fighters do. Except fans are pointing out that calling Shakur's style moving backward is either a massive strategic miscalculation, or, and this is the theory circulating online, Tank fully understands how dangerous Shakur is and is trying to publicly diminish the threat before it becomes undeniable. Because the moment you acknowledge Shakur is elite, you have to explain why the fight isn't happening. And that explanation apparently does not exist in a form that satisfies anyone. And so,
each one of these fighters, extraordinary fighters, historical fighters, strength. No, break down what is each one's strength.
Yeah.
And what is each one weakness.
I think I think out of the three of them, I actually like Shakur the most. Because again, when I can look at you and not see what you see, to me that is extraordinary. Shakur is, again, it's like he's been there before. I watched him move in the ring, and he moves before the guy even throws his punch. You know what I mean? Like I saw him do that, and then to see him do that in live time in actual fights. There's a difference between sparring and doing what you do in sparring, and then being that comfortable in a fight. Not a guy's gonna come to the ring as comfortable as Shakur is.
Once the headgear come off and
he mean too. Yeah. And he mean too. You know what I mean? I think.
Speaking of explanations that don't satisfy anyone, Calvin Ford steps in and says Tank does not avoid dangerous opponents. He blames boxing politics, timing, and business strategy, which on one hand is a completely legitimate defense of how the sport operates. But on the other hand, and fans are absolutely clocking this, the more people explain why the fight isn't happening, the more it sounds like a very organized, very well-coordinated reason for the fight to keep not happening. And then Sean Porter arrives and calls Tank versus Shakur the best fight in boxing, not one of the best, not a great matchup, the best. And Porter is not a hype man. Porter is a man who fought the best and knows exactly what the best looks like. And when he says Tank already understands how difficult Stevenson would be to hit,
that's the. Is he whooping Tank? Is he whooping Roach? Is he whooping?
I said this a long time ago.
Talk to me now.
I said everybody thinks that Tank is gonna go in there and just knock out Shakur. It's gonna
That's not gonna happen.
But it didn't take. It shouldn't have taken this fight.
I knew he couldn't.
For people to realize.
Yeah.
Right.
I knew that too. But yeah,
Shakur is a defensive specialist.
And I've been saying this for a long time. If you pay attention to how Tank would react whenever Shakur's name came up, I was like, yo, it's something that Tank knows that most people don't know or understand. There's something that he sees in Shakur. It could be the fact that Shakur was a 2016 silver medalist. You know,
he's got a lot to do with it.
He's that, the silver child of the country, and there's no telling. But this is what I've always known. It ain't just a big straight left or a big left right hook coming from Tank that's gonna end that night. That night is gonna be the most strategical you've seen both these guys ever be in a fight. I don't know if we're gonna ever get it.
I think we will.
You think we will, huh?
For sure. Who else is there if Tank trying to prove he's still the man?
already understands fans are reading that as confirmation that conversations have happened, that scouting has been done, that both camps have allegedly sat with the reality of this fight. And what came out of those conversations is reportedly a mutual understanding that this is not a comfortable matchup for either man, which makes it the most compelling fight in the sport, which makes it the most avoided fight in the sport. And that paradox is allegedly the whole story, and then flips completely again because Greg Hackett, a man who tracks boxing business with surgical precision, says this fight could realistically happen in 2026,
If you had to put money on a fight, I know you don't bet on fights, and the fight was Gervonta Davis against Shakur Stevenson, who would you say would win?
Look, Shakur Stevenson is a good fighter. He moves a lot, and it's very difficult to get hit, to hit him. But I like Gervonta Davis.
Okay.
He's a really good fighter. He hits hard, and he knows how to go forward. So I put my money.
Shakur Tio was the hot fight that just happened, and now Shakur, obviously a hot fighter with his dominant win. Give me the one fight you would love to see two guys right now who are in their prime.
Off of that victory this weekend, I would love to see Shakur and Gervonta. You know, I think Gervonta and anybody in any of the top guys of that weight class is a great fight. Gervonta, Shakur, Gervonta Tio, Gervonta Keyshawn. I mean, that 135 to 140 pound weight class is hot right now. You know what I mean? But that would be a great fight. I think probably that would be one of the fights that would be the most anticipated. You know, if they can make happen, Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. By no means it would be easy for either fighter. You know, we just seen that Shakur Stevens was able to shut a great fighter like Teofimo down and made him look silly. So that would be a great fight, you know. And a big shout out to Shakur Stevens becoming a 4-time division champion. You know, he's on legendary status. He's on his way to be a Hall of Famer too.
He specifically names promotional politics and business strategy as the real delay. Not fear, not avoidance, just money and structure, which would be reassuring. Except the year is already moving forward and no contract is signed, and Shakur is publicly exhausted and Tank is publicly dismissive. And Keyshawn Davis is out here lighting the whole situation on fire while reportedly positioning himself as the kind of opponent who would also love a piece of Tank's legacy. And this is where the layers get genuinely wild, because David Benavidez, a man from a completely different weight class, calls this the biggest fight boxing can make right now.
Say, in your opinion?
No, it's a tough one because Tank carries a punch, but you gotta if you're gonna knock somebody out, you gotta first hit him. And Shakur is very difficult to hit. He's always a step away. Shakur, man, what can I say? People saw the fight. You know, I gave him my best, and try to land those shots is not easy. And even if you land those shots, it's in a defensive way where he's kind of backing up and you can't get with it.
Not at lightweight, not in their division, in all of boxing. And Oscar Valdez says Shakur could outbox Tank, but Tank's power always makes him dangerous. And Canelo Alvarez picks Tank's aggression and power. And what you are watching in real time is the entire boxing world essentially running a public referendum on a fight that allegedly keeps getting blocked by invisible forces that nobody on the camera can fully name. And then major breaking development. Sean Porter makes a comparison that nobody saw coming. He compares Tank's potential return from his recent personal and legal situation to Mike Tyson coming back from prison and suggests adversity could make Tank more dangerous, not less. And that comparison is doing a lot of things simultaneously because, on one hand, it is generous, it is empathetic. It frames Tank's situation as a comeback story rather than a controversy. But on the other hand, it is all...
It's goofy to me, like it's some weird shit. So like, I really don't like speaking on him, but like, if same thing that
fighting perspective.
Same thing that I said with Tio. If anybody got issues with me or feel some type of way about me, you could come see me on fight night and resolve every issue that you got. Yeah. I stand by that with anybody.
But keeping it boxing.
That's boxing.
No, I'm just saying.
That's not boxing?
Yeah, no, I love it. No, you got to do what you got to do.
Right, like.
I just want to see. I want to know. I'm just asking, realistically, will we ever see y'all two in the ring? However way it get there, will we ever see that match?
I would love it.
Tank got to stand on straight and narrow too. Man.
I would love it.
My son got to, you know what I mean? He got to get on path.
I would love it, but at the end of the day, once again, if somebody says they never gonna fight me,
then you can't rely. Yeah, you got to move on.
Also, allegedly, a very subtle reminder to the public and to Tank's team that the window for this fight, the cultural moment, the commercial peak, is not infinite. And Mike Tyson post-prison is a very specific reference because that version of Tyson was simultaneously the most anticipated and the most vulnerable. And Porter may be suggesting, entirely based on online fan interpretation and speculation, that Tank at this particular crossroads needs this fight as much as the fight needs him. And that reframes everything. Because if Tank needs this fight for legacy and Shakur needs this fight for legacy, and the entire boxing world is calling it the best fight available, then the fact that it's still not happening is no longer just business. It is allegedly a story, a real story, with real stakes and real silence from people who should be talking. And now here is the twist that nobody in that narrative prepared you for. What if the delay itself is the product? What if every press run, every call-out, every Keyshawn cosign, and Crawford endorsement and Porter comparison is building something so enormous that whenever this fight does land, it breaks records simply because of how long and how loudly the world was told it couldn't happen? What if the entire will they won't? They is allegedly the promotional campaign, and every person you just heard from is, consciously or not, part of the machinery that makes this the most anticipated fight of the decade. And if that is true, then the real question, the one that should be living in your comments section right now, is this when Tank versus Shakur finally happens, and fans are saying it will? Are you watching the greatest technical matchup of this generation? Or are you watching the final act of the most brilliantly constructed, allegedly engineered slow burn in modern boxing history? Drop your prediction below, because something is coming and it's bigger than any of them are letting on.